Hello, humans and monsters and other creatures. Savage is here. And I'm finally back, but not for a long time, don't be happy. Well, because I'm still have some exams left, but most of them as already done, and today I had some, free time, so I decided to make a video. And which is better than making a video of what if Deku had double. Now, where we last left off, Izuku standing in front of the gates of UA and gone inside. But before we get right into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's just get right into it. As Izuku got inside UA, gone through the normal written portion of the exam, and after that got into the waiting room with the President Mike, as everyone finally got inside the room and President Mike starts explaining about the robots, until finally a blue-haired kid stand up from his chair and said, President Mike, you are talking about three kinds of robots, 1-pointer, 2-pointer, and 3-pointer, but here on my paper I have 4 kinds of robots. Where is the 4th one? If this is a mistake of UA, I am so disappointed. As after that, immediately President Mike said, well, it's not a mistake. There is also a 4th robot, but it's called the 0-pointer. And he, just like from his name, he doesn't give any points. So it's better for you to avoid it. Understand? As after that, everyone just, understand that. And the blue-haired kid said, all right, sorry for interrupting you. As he gone down and sit down again. While Izuku started getting excited, said, under his breath said, oh my, this will gonna be so great. No, it won't. As everyone turning to look at Izuku, and immediately Ida said, what are you talking about? As Izuku said, sorry, I it's not my, I'm just, no, I'm not sorry. Why should I, say sorry for you? As after that, immediately President Mike starts saying that Izuku starts, well, talking in the opposite side of himself. He said, all right, everyone, go into the next place, through this door, into the fake city A, and we will gonna start the entrance exam in there. As immediately everyone just gone through the door, leaving Izuku behind, and President Mike just looking at him and, just winks on him, telling him that, or you can say that Izuku just understand that President Mike tried to, well, keep his, mental state stable for now, as Izuku just thank him after coming closer to him and go right through the door into the fake city A. Izuku is waiting and just looking left and right, seeing the other people just talking with each other until he see a girl that seemed to be shaking. As Izuku decided to go talk with her a little bit, but immediately the blue-haired kid stand and putting his hand on his shoulder and said, what are you doing? As Izuku said, what am I doing? What can't you see that I'm trying to talk to that girl? Well, yeah, I can't see that for sure, but I will not gonna let you distract her. She's trying to focus. No, she's not. Oh, yeah, she's trying to focus. I'm sorry for trying to talk with her like that. No, I just want to talk with her. She seemed nervous. No, she doesn't. And why are you even talking with me? Come on, tell me what's your name. Maybe we could be a good, great friends. As Ida immediately said, what's wrong with you? Can you stop repeating yourself in the opposite way? As Izuku said, sorry, it's just, I cannot. Well, how about you leave me alone? 4 eyes. As immediately Ida said, 4 eyes? Are you insulting me? No, I'm just, yeah, isn't that obvious? I'm trying to insult you. As immediately Ida said, you little, as immediately President Mike said, alright everyone, 3, 2, 1, get in already, show us what you got, boys. As immediately everyone starts rushing inside the entrance exam area while Izuku stayed behind, trying to focus to make a clone. As he said, alright Izuku, focus, don't focus, stop talking with yourself, don't stop. As immediately he said, what it will be gonna be strong enough to destroy robots? Something strong. As Izuku, he immediately starts remembering some things, and in the end, he holding both of his arms out, and a gray sludge coming out of them, building a clone of the #1 hero, All Might himself. As he said, I am here. Hello, young Midoriya. As Izuku said, oh, hello, All Might. Can you please help me to go through the entrance exam? Well, that will gonna be considered cheating, isn't it? As Izuku said, no, you are a clone, so it will not gonna consider cheating. Ha! I am a clone? Well, I'm so sad to tell you that there is only one true All Might, and it's me. No, you are a clone. I just made you. No, help me. Don't worry. You will not gonna hurt. You know, your real body will not gonna hurt if you help me. But isn't Izuku gonna get angry if he saw you using me in the entrance exam? You should count on yourself to be the #1 hero if you really want that, young Midoriya. As Izuku said, come, can you just help me already? Well, alright, if I am been made by your quirk and you are telling me that I am a clone, well, I should believe you. I know your quirk very well. Either way, let's get in already, as after that All Might jump up into the air, leaving Izuku behind, and he starts destroying robots. Izuku starts rushing in inside the entrance exam to try and, try to see where his All Might is going and to try making another clone with his left hand, because Izuku can make at least 2 clones, one with his left and one with his right hand. As he just looking left and right and immediately build another clone of All Might to basically, well, help him, as basically he having 2 All Mights that just destroying robots left and right by his side, which make All Might the real one. And the cameras and seeing, looking at the cameras and said, well, looks like that Midoriya started getting hold of his quirk, Aizawa. As Aizawa smiled quite a bit and said, yeah, but we will gonna have to talk about this. I told him not to use your clones in the entrance exam. As of course, President Mike said, well, but didn't you, want him to become the #1 hero or something like that, or that's his dream, as he said to you? Well, he have to use all his powers, yeah? You are the one that taught him not to hold back if it's necessary, right? As Aizawa said, yeah, but I told him not to use All Mights in the entrance exam. As after that, immediately down in the entrance exam, the All Mights that Izuku just made are basically destroying left or right. Some examiners thinking that it might actually be the real All Might, but it's not really him. In the end, Izuku, after one of the robots suddenly got hit by, one of the clones suddenly got hit by one of the robots from behind, being disintegrated and turned into nothing. The other All Might said, well, one down, but I'm still here, as he's destroyed robot, and in the end Izuku said, alright, now you destroyed how many exactly? Well, as I remember, I destroyed a bunch of them. But how many? Do you really think that I will gonna keep counts of how many people that I defeat in one day? I defeat a lots of them, as Izuku said, yeah, but how many robots did you defeat? As much as my muscles growing right now, as Izuku said, stop talking like an idiot. No, don't stop. As Izuku said, maybe I should stop myself. As Izuku, suddenly feeling something in his head, said, my head. As after that, immediately All Might said, young Midoriya, are you okay? No, I just feel like I am going to split. No, I won't. As after that, All Might said, calm down, young Midoriya, just keep yourself together, literally. As Izuku said, just breathe, don't breathe, control your breathing, don't stay stable, don't let yourself get separated. As in the end, Izuku, after a couple of seconds, he managed to put himself back together, literally. As he stand up and said, I doesn't think that I'll be able to make another clone if I stayed like this. Well, either way, you doesn't need another clone since I am with you. As Izuku said, maybe. As after that, the ground starts shaking and the people start running away, and Izuku's just seeing a giant zero-pointer in front of him. As after that, All Might said, look, there's a little girl under the rubble. As Izuku said, yeah, you go and destroy the robots, I'm gonna try to help her. Right away, as immediately All Might jump into the air and using his Detroit Smash, blowing the face of the zero-pointer into nothing. Immediately, Izuku tried to lift up the rubble off of Uraka, and he actually, managed to do that. After that, Uraka just, slide from under the rubble. Izuku said, are you okay? I hope that you are in bad condition. Why? Why are you talking with me like that? As Izuku said, sorry, no, I hope that you are okay. I hope that you're feeling terrible. I mean, thank you for saving me, but you doesn't have to be so mean. As Izuku said, no, it's just that I'm just gonna stop talking. No, I won't. As after that recovery girl coming closer into both of them, after President Mike announcing that the entrance exam ended, she said, "Alright, you kid, stop talking. Don't worry, dear. He's just having some problems. He doesn't mean to say that he hoped that you are in a bad condition. It's the effect of his quirk. Anyway, you should go." And as for you, as she healed Oraka, and after that, All Might jumping by Izuku said, "Well, young Midoriya, that was such a heroic act from you." As he put his hand on Izuku's shoulder, and people start surrounding All Might, and after that, starts asking him questions, trying to ask for his autograph. And All Might said, "Well, I would really like to give him my autograph, but bad thing that I'm not the real All Might." As one of the examiners said, "What? You are the real All Might, isn't it?" As Izuku just put his hand on All Might, and after that he said, "No, he's just a clone that I made." "No, he is." As after that, the examiners start to wonder how the hell did he manage to make a clone of All Might? That seemed too realistic to be even a clone. His powers, his speed, his personality, it's all just real. As Izuku starts seeing examiners trying to talk with him and taking some answers, he's just saying thank you nervously and just leave the place in the end. After that, he gone back to his house because Aizawa told him not to wait for him in UA. Going back, preparing the dinner for his father when he will gonna come back, and immediately Aizawa come through the door as he said, "Midoriya, I'm home." As Izuku said, "Oh, yeah, welcome, Dad. I'm happy that you're not here." As Aizawa said, "Well, I saw what you did in the entrance exam today." And as he wrapped his scarf around Izuku's face and smashed him into the ground and said, "How many times should I tell you not to use All Might clones? You might accidentally reveal his secret." As Izuku said, "Well, that was the strongest thing that I was thinking about. Well, that is the only thing that I came to my mind." As Aizawa said, "If people will gonna see All Might in his small might form, they will gonna see that there's something wrong with him. So stop using All Might. You might reveal his secret by accident." As Izuku said, Alright, Dad, just please stop doing this. Don't stop." As Aizawa said, "Alright, stand up. And just to let you know, I didn't help you with anything in the entrance exam. If you will gonna get to UA, you will gonna get by your own powers. I didn't pull any strings for you. If you will gonna fail the entrance exam, then it's your fault." As Izuku said, "Yeah, I understand." As after that, Aizawa and Izuku start eating dinner while Aizawa start putting some, dots on the words or the letters, basically telling Izuku what he'd done wrong and what he did not done wrong, and also asking him about the breakdown that he had in the middle of the exam. Izuku explaining about that he felt like he was gonna separate, but he, used his training and kept his mental state, and blah blah blah, shit happened, and in the end, after 1 week, Aizawa getting this letter back to Izuku, and he gave it to him, revealing that he got into Class 1A, and actually got the first place since he also saved a person. In the end, Izuku got into UA in the next day, or after, of course, the next day. Immediately got inside and started searching for Class 1A and said, Class 1A, where is it? Is it nearby, or is it on the second floor, or... No, it must be not here in the first place." As Izuku, remembers something that Aizawa told him. He told him not to speak in the opposite side of himself in front of the other people. They were gonna think that he's kind of an idiot. So he should stay quite, under the radar. As Izuku finally found the Class 1A and said, "Why is the door so giant? Am I going to see, a giant people inside? No, that's stupid. Why would anyone gonna put a giant door like this?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, but... Alright, here goes nothing." As he opened the door to see in front of him Katsuki Bakugo leaning on his desk while the kid with the blue hair is scolding him, telling him, "Put your legs down the desk, you moron. You're basically ruining the property of UA. This is an insult for the whole school. As immediately Baku said, oh, shut up, for eyes. I'm not in the mood to listen to your stupid talk. As immediately he looked at the door to see Izuku and he said, fucking duplicate face. As he immediately just looked away. Izuku come inside the class, but immediately Ida coming closer to him start chopping the air in front of him said, you are Izuku Midoriya, right? I'm sorry for my behaviors in the entrance exam. I was really rude with you, and you seems to be knowing more than me. How did you know about the saving thing of the entrance exam, the secret points, of the rescue points? Did you had your ideas? As after that Izuku said, oh, no, don't worry about it. And as for the points, I really didn't know about it. I just, saved her, saved person, because that's what a hero will do. As Ida said, I see. A true hero act, indeed. Well, I hope that both of us will gonna be on a good terms in this year in UA. As immediately someone touching him from behind, immediately Izuku said, who's that? As immediately Uraka said, wait, what's wrong? Why are you suddenly snapped on me? As Izuku said, oh, it's you. Sorry, it's just that my head hurt me. Sometimes I just feel like there's someone always watching me. As Uraka said, oh, yeah, then sorry, my fault. Well, my name is Uraka. You are the kid with the duplicate thing, yeah? The clone thing. You are the one that cloned All Might? Yeah, it's me. And sorry for acting weird with you in the entrance exam. No, I'm not sorry. So what's wrong with your opposite thing? As Izuku said, yeah, it's a long story. And immediately he hears a sound saying, maybe you should hide it for later before I kick you out of UA. And kick all your other friends. As immediately Izuku feeling chill down his spines, and he looked behind Uraka to see Aizawa standing. As he said, Mr. Aizawa, sorry for... As Aizawa said, keep it for yourself. Spare me your talk. Go and sit on your desk before I kick you out. And for the rest of you, if you are here to make friends, then you might already pack up your things and leave my class. As immediately Uraka said, who are you? Didn't you already heard me? I said that this is my class, and I am your homeroom teacher, Shota Aizawa. Go and sit in your desk. As immediately everyone just sit down, and he started explaining about himself and said, today we will gonna do a Quirk apprehension test. Now, wear these, gym uniforms and meet me outside to train. As Uraka lifted her hand up and said, but aren't we introduce ourselves? And as Aizawa said, introduce ourselves? This is just a waste of time, and I am your homeroom teacher. I can do whatever I want with this class and teach it in the way that I want. So, I would wish from you to stop wasting my time and to wear this gym uniform already. As he just... Before anyone managed to get up, Izuku was the first one to get the gym uniform and leave the class because, well, he's the most understandable guy of Aizawa, so he know exactly that he's not joking when he's saying that he will gonna, basically kick them out. As he gone outside and into, to the changing room, in the end he got inside and started changing, and he just gone outside into the, of course, the field. Immediately he's just waiting for everyone else while Aizawa is just looking at him, and Izuku just, kind of sweating right now, and he's in his mind saying, why is dad looking at me like this? I mean, he always have his sleepy eyes, but today he's just kind of weird, as he just feeling like he's getting, these looks of his dad, basically. As Aizawa said, so, Midoriya, as Izuku said, yes, what is it, Mr. Aizawa? As Aizawa said, last night I was hearing something weird in your room. What was it? As Izuku said, something weird? What are you talking about? Voices? As Izuku said, what kind of voices? You were talking with yourself last night, didn't you? Don't you remember? As Izuku said, I was sleeping last night. I wasn't talking with myself. At least, not as much. As Aizawa closed his eyes and just stopped using his quirk on Izuku because that was the reason why he was talking normally. As Aizawa thought to himself and said, interesting. Well, don't worry about it. Maybe it's just my imagination. as Izuku just doesn't worry about it anymore, and Aizawa starts thinking to himself that last night Izuku was talking with himself weird in his room. He was basically talking two voices, one saying I will gonna split, the other said I will not, and just weird thing that was happening inside his room. He seemed to be basically you know talking shit about himself, saying that he's a monster, that he was the reason for everything, which make Aizawa kinda worried, but he will gonna try to see that after the school. But for now, everyone finally come out of the changing room and stand in front of Aizawa, as Aizawa said, alright everyone, just like I said, it will gonna be a Quirk apprehension test. Now, as he looked left and right into the student and point on Bakugo, as he said, you, steps, come in, come here, as Bakugo came closer to Aizawa, and Aizawa said, now I want you to throw this ball using your quirk, as far as you could possibly do, alright? As Bakugo getting a grin on his face and said, alright, finally some real work, as he holding the ball and throw it up into the sky while he's screaming, die! As immediately the ball go flying into the air 705 meters. As Aizawa said, all of you should try to do the same thing. I'm gonna try to see if you will be able to have a strong quirks or to see the fullest potential of your quirks. Normally in your middle schools and before, you could never use your quirk in these kind of exams. But now we will gonna do much more different things in UA. As after that, people start getting excited, and Mina speaks up saying, well, that seems so fun. As immediately, the moment that Aizawa hearing this, he said, fun? Oh, alright. Then how about I increase the amount of fun that we will gonna have? The last place in this apprehension test will gonna get expelled out of UA, as immediately Izuku getting chilled down his spines and said, oh shit. As after that, Oraka said, what, you can't expel us on the first day of the school, as Izuku start chuckling saying, he expelled the whole class last year, and you saying that he will, you having a problem with his expelling one student? I'm kinda surprised that he will not gonna kick us all out. As after that, Oraka said, how do you know? As Aizawa said, yeah, Midoriya is right. I expelled the whole class in the last year, and if you doesn't want to end up like them, how about you show me that you have real potential, that you are able to become heroes, plus ultra style, go even further beyond. Anyway, now let's continue. As the normal tests go like normal, Izuku trying not to use his quirk as much, or basically like in the running portion of the test, he basically summoned or make a clone of one of the heroes that he know, being, well, he never touched the hero that's able to throw him as far except All Might. But just like Aizawa told him not to use All Might in the exams, because that might accidentally reveal All Might's secret identity, so he just run. And then, basically in the punching test, when he will gonna punch a machine to see how strong his punch is, he just summoned one of the heroes, being, Death Arms. And Death Arms just basically punching the machine, doing a solid, number of power. And the basically flying test, Izuku tried to think for himself a little bit, but he really didn't found any hero that could possibly help him to fly, so he just made a trampoline and just jump on it as high as possible, not getting him too much. And the side-to-side jump, he basically tried to do the same normal thing, just side-to-side jumping, and finally going back into the ball throwing thing. Immediately, Izuku getting his chance to throw the ball, and Aizawa said, throw it as hard as you can. As Izuku immediately taking a deep breath and said, alright Izuku, this is your chance. Try to prove that you deserve to be in this class. Maybe Dad will gonna actually kick me. I know that he will gonna do that for sure. No, he won't. I'm his son after all, right? No, I'm not. I'm just adopted. As Izuku starts shaking his head, trying to say himself to stop all this idea, and he heard a sound in the back of his head said, you were the reason for her death. as Izuku immediately starts touching his head and Aizawa starts noticing something weird. As Izuku said, I wasn't the reason for anyone's death. You were the reason for her death. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. As immediately he starts touching his head in pain and Aizawa wrapping his scarf around Izuku and activating his erasing quirk as he got close, grabbed Izuku closer to him and said, "Hey, could you please stop this?" As Izuku said, what? As Aizawa said, "Your quirk, its side effect make you quite mentally unstable, right?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, what about it?" As Aizawa said, "In a real fight between heroes and villains, the villains will not gonna wait for you to get your mental state stable again. They will gonna take this chance as a way for them to kill you. And now keep yourself together. We are heroes. We fight against villains day and night. We are basically putting our mental health and our body health into test and into danger. So if you will gonna get hurt every now and then when you will just gonna think about something, you might as well leave my class already, Midoriya." As Izuku said, "Alright, Mr. Aizawa." As Aizawa said, "Now, show me that you deserve to be in here." And his nut wasn't just a mistake, as he just leave Izuku and said, "And you can use it if you want." "Wait, I can use it?" "Yup, just use it already." As after that, Izuku taking a deep breath and said, "Alright," as immediately Izuku making again a clone of All Might, as immediately All Might said, "I am here," and everyone getting excited saying, "Wait, is this a clone of All Might? How did you manage to do that?" As immediately Izuku gave him the ball and said, "Throw it as hard as you can." As All Might said, "Right away, young Midoriya." As immediately he held the ball and said, "Detroit Smash!" As he threw it as hard as possible into the outside of the atmosphere of the planet. As Aizawa said, "Well, impressive. 3,000 meters." As everyone getting shocked by this, and after that Aizawa said, "Not bad, but keep your mental health, alright?" As Izuku said, "Alright, Mr. Aizawa." As after that Izuku goes standing by the others, and Uraka speak with him saying, Izuku, why is that, Mr. Aizawa is acting with you differently? He seemed quite too angry on you." As Izuku said, "Well, he trying to make me the best that I could possibly be, because he's my dad." As immediately Uraka said, "Wait, he's your dad?" As Izuku said, "Shh, don't say it out loud. He told me not to tell anyone, but, I'm just... Why did I even tell you? That was a mistake. Was I repeating myself again?" As after that, immediately Uraka said, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell anyone." As Izuku said, "Alright." As after that, everyone just done from their test. And in the end, Aizawa told everyone that, "Alright everyone, here's the result." And everyone's seeing that their places in the board, Izuku got technically, well, the play, not really the last place, but above it in a little bit. Like, let's just say, how many people are in class 1A? I believe 20. Let's just say he got, number 17. As Izuku got that because he really didn't use his quirk as much, not because he's too weak. Aizawa trained him to become, a hero. But either way, Aizawa said, "Oh, and yeah, do you know what I said about expelling some of you guys? That was just a lie for you all to, to do your best in the exam." As Izuku said, "You weren't lying, you were going to expel us, right?" As Aizawa said, "No, it was just a lie." As after that, Uraka said, "So you just scared us for no reason?" As Aizawa said, "Well, I'm sure if I didn't do that, all of you will not gonna go as far as you did right now, right?" As everyone starts thinking about it for a minute, saying that he's having a good, a good idea. He actually right. If they didn't know that he will gonna expel them, they might not do as hard as he expected for them to do. Anyway, Aizawa said, "Oh, and Midoriya, stay here. Everyone, you can leave the school. The day of the class already ended, or whatever. Just go back to your houses." As after that, Uraka said, Should we wait for you outside of UA, Izuku?" as Ida coming closer and said, "Yeah, should we wait for you?" As Izuku said, if you want, but if you have, something important, you could, just go and do it. It really doesn't have to be only, wait for me. No, you have. We are friends, aren't we? As immediately Uraka said, alright, we will gonna wait for you in the, outside of UA. As Izuku said, alright, thank you. No, thank you. And immediately everyone leaving Izuku and Aizawa behind. Izuku said, so what is it, Dad? As Aizawa said, first of all, Midoriya, what's wrong with your head? Does it hurt you? As Izuku said, no, I just feel weird. I feel like there's some things, it's still the same thing. I still talking with myself in the opposite thing, but it's just I feel like there is something weird inside my head. As Aizawa said, something weird like what? As Izuku said, I feel like there's something else telling me that I am bad. As Aizawa put his hand on Izuku's shoulder and said, hey, Izuku, you're not bad. You're just a kid that was the victim of his own quirk. It's not about you, it's about your quirk. It's not that your quirk telling you that you are maybe a bad person. Maybe you are using your quirk sometime in a bad way, but that doesn't mean that you are a villain or somebody bad. It just means that you are someone that need help, and I will be the one to help you. After all, I will not gonna just let you go and lose your mental health. Remember, I will always be here to talk with you if you ever need anyone to talk with. Just make sure not to blow up in front of the people and start talking crazy. As Izuku said, alright, Dad, thank you. No, thank you. As Aizawa said, god damn it, going back to this thing again. As Izuku said, I just cannot help myself. Yeah, I can help myself, it's not a big problem. As Aizawa said, anyway, your friends are waiting for you. Go out there and try to make sure not to ruin everything in the first day. As Izuku said, alright, Dad. And one thing, were you really going to expel me if I failed the exam? As Aizawa said, what do you think? Do you really think that I will just gonna keep you in the class just because you are my son? As Izuku said, no? Yeah? Well, you have the wrong idea, yes. Now leave the place, I have much more important things to do, like sleeping. As he just put himself inside his yellow sleeping bag and just sleep in the outside in the field. Izuku going out, leaving the field, changing his gym uniform back into his normal school uniform and just go to meet with, of course, Ida and Uraka. Start explaining about his weird, side effect of his quirk, which make Uraka understand why he spoke with her in that way in the entrance exam. In the end, he go back into his house, and this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.